Thank you, Mr. President. We thank the Canadian Research Institute for the Advancement for Women for the opportunity to speak at this forum. My name is Cora McGuire-Cyrette. I'm the CEO of the Ontario Native Women's Association, the oldest and largest Indigenous women's organization in Canada. I'm here representing the voices of over 30 Indigenous women's organizations. We note that Canada fully accepted 222 of the recommendations received during its fourth UPR. However, we are deeply concerned that acceptance will not lead to action. We are disappointed to see little progress on previous UPR recommendations despite fully or partially accepting them, as Canada continues to use federalism and jurisdictional divides as an excuse for inaction. This excuse is used in over 100 of the accepted recommendations. These recommendations concern access to basic services like healthcare, education, climate change, and preventing gender-based violence. Violence against Indigenous women in particular is not confined to jurisdictional boundaries. Action to address them must not be either. We are frustrated to see commitments to develop more strategies. We do not need more strategies. We need action now. Only 2 of the 231 calls for justice and only 13 of 94 calls to action have been implemented. We have a right to be safe. Canada's inaction in response to the ongoing MMIWG crisis is a form of systemic and structural violence against Indigenous women. ONWA calls on Canada to immediately implement, not just accept, recommendations to create domestic mechanisms to implement all UPR recommendations. This is needed to strengthen accountability and transparency across all levels of government. Canada must work with Indigenous women, not just provinces and territories, on developing such a mechanism to uphold our right to leadership. We know the solution to the issues we face. We have a right to be at the table. In Canada, current government policies exclude Indigenous women and the organizations we choose to represent us from decision-making. This is in direct contradiction to UNDRIP and CEDAW General Recommendation 39. ONWA calls on Canada to immediately bring federal, provincial, and territorial legislation in line with the UNDRIP. Miigwech, Matna, Merci, Niawen.